Hey, what is going on, guys? Tony here, CCxRC, and I am super pumped about what is on the bench right now. You guys told me about this car when we were in the middle of an RC conspiracy. I hadn't seen the leaked article, and you guys had, so we did a Google search, and we found out that Losi had a Tenacity Lasernut coming, and it had 2.2 wheels on it, so it looked like it was probably going to be a bit bigger. And I do have my Tenacity here, DB Pro. And based on the box size, I'm guessing, we're gonna have a controller and stuff in here, but it's quite a bit bigger seeming. So, yeah, I'm super pumped to see what that looks like. I'm seeing the back graphics, you guys aren't. There's not a whole lot out about this yet, and it just came in the mail for me from Losi. I brought it up here, said we're gonna do an unboxing. Now here's the funny thing, we don't have power right now. I'm running a generator to just power this and some refrigerators so that I could do this video. I unplugged a few other things and plugged these lights in so we could do this. But Tropical Storm Isaias came through, knocked out power. We don't have cell service. We don't got nothing out here right now except our power that we get from our generator. No AC, so it's baking hot up here. But I want to show you guys this. I'm going to have to find a way to upload it since we don't have internet. Hopefully it'll all be restored by tonight. But I'm super excited about a few things I'm seeing here on the back. And that is the cage is looking super cool. Now this does have two colors, red and blue. Blue is on the front of the box. I don't know which one this has. Okay, the SKU says it's a red one on it. So we'll see when we get it opened up. But I'm seeing like sway bars that mount through the chassis, which looks pretty cool. And some other little upgrades to this over the DB Pro, which luckily I had cleaned after last time I ran it. So let's go ahead and look at the box. I don't have internet to get any specs, or I don't have cell service to contact anybody to ask him if there's anything special that we should look for. So we'll just be kind of going through it together. So it'll be exciting. Let's do it. Here is the front of the box here, 10th scale, Tenacity, smart technology, 4-wheel drive, stuff that we know. Cool looking rig for sure right here. We get to see it right up front, close and personal, and it does look beautiful. So let's go ahead and look around the box. All right, quick side panel look here. It has Cody Wagner, the president of the Lasernut team, holding one of them. And I was talking about this number 48 Lasernut Racing U4 is one of the first all independent suspension 4-wheel drive rock racers. So that's why this works great for this Tenacity lineup, is because it doesn't have the solid rear axle. And actually you can see down here, it does show that we have the red one versus the blue one. So we'll see what that looks like here in a little bit. Super cool. Alrighty, flip the box around. There's lots of other specs here that we'll want to talk about for sure. First thing to mention here is it's got these officially licensed tires with the Raceline 2.2 wheels and the BF Goodrich MT. Something that's really neat is that it's got this Spectrum 130 amp brushless smart ESC like we saw in the DB Pro, but it's got this 1900 kV 550 can motor. This thing can do 3S and 4S, so we're gonna get some power ripping through this thing. Go ahead and charge up some 4S batteries. It does have aluminum bodied shocks, and that's great to see. These are Losi race inspired, so good stuff. So they do give us a smart receiver with this, as well as the Spectrum DX3, which is now kind of a smart radio, which will show you some of your battery life left in that on it. Really cool, excited about that. So the last thing we're gonna point out here from the box is it does have the waterproof components, which is great. Even the receiver, 3 oil-filled gear differentials. The center one is an aluminum diff casing, so that's really great. I think it's time, guys, that we just go ahead and open this. It does show us that it has smart technology on board. You guys know I've been trying out all the smart batteries to see how they work. What I like about them is that they have an auto discharge to go back to storage mode if you don't use them. That's one of my favorite things. And so easy to charge off their smart charger. Basically one button press when you've got a smart battery gets it charging. All right, let's go ahead and do this. Let's see. Oh yeah. Alrighty guys, here it is out of the box. It's already dirty because the audio, after I unboxed it, pulled it out, the microphone fell out of my pocket, and I don't know what happened when I picked it up. Somehow it got switched over to line level instead of mic. Anyway, didn't realize that I wasn't recording audio until it was too late. I'd already gone and started driving this and had fun with it. So that means a couple different things. It means, one, I'll be able to show you some of the stuff with batteries and stuff like that. But so let me tell you about what comes with this thing. First of all, you do get a little card in there that tells you that if you're registered at horizonhobby.com/register, if you register your product, they do have swag that they will send you if you do that. The next thing is the manual here. It does come with the manual. It teaches you some awesome stuff, how to calibrate the receiver. All of your programming guides and stuff for your ESC are good. Drag brake force, actually I know that that's something I want to turn up a little bit on mine, and the max brake force is set at 25%, and I'm going to kick that up for sure. I was having a real hard time getting it to stop completely. Even if I had the brake on all the way, it would continue rolling down a hill. So I'm going to set that up higher and a few things like that. So I know that because I've driven it, but really great to go through this. I didn't make any changes on the first run. We're going to go ahead and do that next, and that'll be another video. Comes with a toolkit here with 3 hexes. They look like a 1.5 millimeter, 2 and 2.5, and then it's got the wheel wrench here, as well as this cool little dog tag they give you in here that is also got their websites and stuff like that on there. And then a bigger pinion. This is a 14 tooth. What it comes with in the car is a 12 tooth, but they give you this in case you want to run on 3S, you can go faster. They figure a lot of people run 4S, so it's got a 12 tooth pinion in the car already. All right, so the controller, the DX3, I really like this thing. It feels good. One-handed driving is really easy. I have another one of these, has lots of features. Throttle limit here, if you want to give it to a kid or somebody that's new, you can turn it down and it'll limit their speed that they have. Throttle reverse, steering reverse. These are great if for whatever reason it turns left when you push right, and it's the opposite. You just hit the reverse, fix that. Throttle trim, steering trim, brake rate, which I had it all the way up and it wasn't enough brake for me, so I'm going to go ahead and set that in the ESC. And then you've got your AVC, which is your active vehicle control that this receiver has in it, and so that's what's turned on currently, and that allows you to get some help with keeping the car straight if you wanted to. I turn it off. It does come with 4 AA batteries. I've already put them in because I was running it. The on switch is here in the back, and then if you've got, like I do, battery power, goes through these little chime centers, but it'll give you here a smart level for your battery and let you know where your battery's at. There, I just got it to engage. I don't know if it's from driving it and making that connection or what, but quite a bit left. I ran through 2 4S batteries out on the field, and I'm going to say already, I love how this handles. And but we'll look at it. The Mud Train tires here, these are BF Goodrich licensed with the Raceline wheels that still are nice and shiny, thankfully, for the video here. You can see the lights have different colors. These have kind of got like an amber or yellow light, and then these are a white bright light. Something also I didn't show in the original one, so it's kind of cool that we're doing a little bit after. It does have adjustable turnbuckles. I'm going to go ahead and power this off though for now. So looking up here to the front, you can see that it does have adjustable turnbuckles, So you can set your toe in, toe out, camber, that kind of stuff. The body on this one looks awesome. I love this red body. Most of it has like a carbon fiber look to it, but there's also these little plastic inserts that are molded that they've got throughout. Here, you've got 3 of them on the top here, and then you've got another one in the front grille. Just kind of cool that they've gone and done that. You can hear the metal on metal connection with the gearing. The shocks are pretty sweet looking as well. They've got like almost a gunmetal color to them. It's not like raw looking aluminum to me. It does look like they've got something on there. Metal drive shafts up front, and there is, you can see it right here, a sway bar up front. What's cool when we go to the rear is we'll see the sway bar that they've done there is nice and scale looking as well. Super scale here too. They've got the actual hose that goes right up to the driver's helmet, so they've paid a lot of attention to the details with this vehicle. I love it, how they've done that. It's got their 48 number on the side here. More plastic, lots of it right here. This whole back panel is plastic. And then it's got these, what's the best angle to show you guys? Right there, maybe. So this is the sway bar, and it mounts down into the arm there in the back. And it's molded through the chassis here, which is pretty cool. Little gas cap, fan stickers. You can see the rounded curve. Looks really cool. I bet it looks really awesome with some of these panels off as well. You do get the fully functional 5th wheel as well here, which is great. The suspension is really nice in this. You can bottom out in the rear, but up in the front, there's no bottoming out there. And in fact, I don't know. Looks like I've got a little bit going on from mine. Nice aluminum chassis here, and all hex hardware, of course. This is Losi, guys. This is nice quality build. And we'll flip this back over, trying to look around the outside, see things I might have missed. Shocks in the rear are good as well. It does have aluminum shock towers. Let's get in here and take a look on the inside. One of the cool things is that these lock the body up, so that's nice. Now there was like a little faux plastic winch here, and it came off for me several times because I tend to pick the car up just grabbing it here to move it around like this, and I pulled it off a couple times, and it looks like I've lost it out on the trail. It's not a fully captured design, like a hole through plastic. It slides on, and I should have tightened these down on it a little more, but mine appears that it is gone. I've got the 4S battery in here, the smart battery. One of my favorite things about this is that it does use Velcro. The Tenacity DB Pro used a plastic piece that kind of went over, and if you wanted to change between 2S and 3S, well, you had to change that piece. And well, let me just show you here. I do have the Tenacity right here, but you can see how it's plastic. And if you wanted to do a bigger one, you have to change out these little pieces here to make it stand up taller. Controller's on. One of the things about this controller that I have to learn about is this button. It's not just a quick press and forget, set and forget. You got to hold that in until it chimes off. And I just am used to quick flip off. My other ones that have a button you press for not nearly as long as this one. It takes a little bit, so you just have to get used to that. I was driving home and it was making chatter at me the whole way home because it was in an unreachable spot and I hadn't turned it off all the way. But it's one of those things that you just have to learn and work within it. So it's running a Spectrum S614 servo here. Mounted next to that is the Spectrum SR6100 AT, I believe. Yep. So that has AVC in it. I love this design with it right out in the open here. You can get in there. You can add things easily. It's not in a box. And this is my preferred way of doing it. A lot of times I take them out of the boxes if they come in like a water sealed box. Moving over here to the right, we see the Spectrum 550 can. And one of the things I should point out, guys, is I have not cleaned this, and I ran it in dirt and was throwing dirt. You'll see when the run video comes out, but there's hardly any dirt in here, which is really cool to see that not a lot has gotten in. I pulled out one leaf, and I was all up in the leaves and stuff too, getting grass pieces stuck and wrapped around it. And the lack of the brake, I actually ended up having to go retrieve it a few times when it went down hills when I couldn't stop it when I was trying to set up some shots. Anyway, this is a 1900 kV motor. It allows us to run these 4S packs, and boy does it rip. It provides the power. I love it. You have a plastic chassis brace running from front diff to rear diff, and it stops off here and has extra support on the center diff, and this does have the metal casing around it. In here is where you have your 12-tooth pinion gear, and the 130 amp ESC is right here. The on-off switch is on a nice little platform on this one, screwed off on here, which is nice. You can reach right underneath, turn it on. You don't have to open the body back up. That these do kind of serve to hold this up, and so you push them in and it comes right on down. But right in through this opening here, you can see that on-off switch right there, so you can reach in there, turn it on and off. Really nice design there. Really like that. What else is there to look at, guys? Going up to the front here, you do see that the shock tower is aluminum. It's a really thick aluminum as well. Here you can see it's quite thick, so it should be nice and durable. But you see when we go ahead and we put this up against, you do have adjustable uppers in the rear as well. So here's a quick look at the size comparison, trying to get that back axle pretty much lined up. Definitely shorter, smaller wheels. I really liked how this one performed. You know, like I said, favorite RC of 2019, especially in the 1/10 scale size that I had on my channel. So really fell in love with this rig. This one I had out today, really awesome. Gave it a good beating for you guys, and just really had fun with it. Didn't do any super massive air jumps with it because that's not really what I'm planning to use this rock racer for. But it did some decent sized jumps, I'll say that. So you guys will have to watch for that video. I do have links for these in the description down below, guys, if you are interested in them. It does help the channel if you use those links. It doesn't cost you any more. They're an affiliate link. But I'm really impressed with this rig. Losi has really done a cool number with this. I have the Bomber with these size wheels. I really like that. I should point out, if I didn't, that it does have metal drive shafts coming out of here as well. They look to be a CVD style. And then in the rear as well are metal. So this is removable. It's just got this little stand that it all sits on here. If you do want to remove it, it looks like you could take away some things. I like the look of it, so I'm leaving it on for now for what I'm doing. I think it's cool. But that's a quick look at it, guys. I think that Losi's got another winner on their hands here. I love this scale for being out and just kind of ripping through dirt and all this stuff, especially with rocks. If you're doing some rock racing, having these bigger wheels like this, having the independent suspension as you're just kind of hitting and rocking, you know, going over rocks and taking some abuse is pretty sweet as well. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in for another video. Let me know what you think about this in the comments down below. And again, there are links in the description, guys, that'll take you to the page for this if you want to check them out, if you're interested in getting them. I always say shop local first. If you got your local hobby shops, hit them up, guys. It's very important to have local shops, get the interest in your community. If you don't have a local shop, I can be your local, and you can use the links below. But again, I urge you to shop local if you can. If not, and you're going to order online anyway, use one of the links I put in there, and it does help out the channel. Thanks, guys, and we'll catch you in the next video. Have fun RCing.